Yeah, yeah. Good night, Lamaha Springs. And everyone else from all over constituency 12. I'm here tonight in the name of a partnership for national unity plus AFC. And I'm here tonight to share with you some of the reasons why we should support the APNU AFC government again. First, let me mention to you that at Georgetown Mayor and City Council that we are working very hard to bring changes. And what we have done there, because of APNU AFC, we have started some committees to make the changes, the required changes. And one of the changes I'll speak about, one of the committees, is the audit committee. This is a committee that is being headed by a young man by the name of Denroy Tudor from constituency 14. And what that committee does, it has made Georgetown Mayor and City Council more efficient and more transparent. We also would have done some other work there to make that possible. You can see in our constituency, we would have done a lot of work beginning from Stevie Door to the back of North, and we're entering into Lamaha Springs. For instance, we would have cleaned all of our tertiary drains, that is our front drains. We have an excavator. We are collaborating with NDIA. We are collaborating with the Ministry of Public Infrastructure because we are a coalition. We're not doing anything on our own. We're collaborating with each other, pulling all our resources together so that we could transform our constituency. And that excavator is working from Stevie Door all the way to the back of North. Just recently, we would have cleaned every single alleyway, beginning from Stevie Door to the back of North.
Well done, sir.
Every single alleyway.
Well done.
We can now see our alleyways. Some concrete drains we are seeing for the first time. I know we're coming to the Springs. We have great works for the Springs. The APNU AFC is for everybody. We're going to make sure that the entire constituency is developed. And as I said to you, that we're currently being able to see our alleyways. It's very important to have our alleyways clean. You know, there's a psychological effect to being unhealthy and dirty and filthy. Once you're living in an environment that is unhealthy, you think unhealthy. And you can see, because of these changes that we're having, our thinking process is changing. Thanks to the APNU AFC. And I must say this to you, that this was not possible without local government elections. This was not possible if it wasn't for the APNU AFC through David Arthur Granger, who would have breathed the breath of life back into our local democratic organs, resurrecting local democracy.
Yes, sir.
We have been able to have local government elections 2 times in the past 4.5 years. Denied to us by the People's Progressive Party for over 23 years. We must remember who did that for us. And this is going to bring about a lot of changes. This road, although it was done by Ministry of Public Infrastructure, it all started from a local level.
Yes,
Us going into them and demanding that it's done.
yes, sir.
This is what local democracy is going to do for us. I would like to say to you, these elections is basically a choice of two. It's either David Arthur Granger, APNU AFC, the up top boss, David Arthur Granger, or it's the People's Progressive Party, Jack Dio, the Rob Street Cross. It's either the up top boss or the Rob Street Cross. Backwards never. The Rob Street Cross has nothing good in store for you. Nothing. Ask Johann C. Douglas. Ask Waddle. And you can call the names. He got a $5,000 for you, a box of food, spice cook up. He brought policies like the No Child Left Behind to dumb down our youth, dumb down our children, and lock up our youth. But David Arthur Granger has in store for you great things. And we'll begin on education. The only thing successful persons have in common, all things successful persons have in common, is education. And our president understands that. And that's why he has invested heavily in our children. You know, I'll speak to you about some programs that, there are many programs out there that our government has brought to help our young people. And I'll speak to you about one called the Citizen Security Strengthening Program, a CSSP Community Action Council program led by the Ministry of Public Security. This program, we would have seen over 70 odd young persons from constituency 12, many from North Pineville and from Lamaha Springs itself, accessing this program. They're training you in many skills, whether it's electrical wiring, plumbing, construction, heavy-duty machinery, office management, name it, cooking, and they're providing you with a stipend so that you can get to school and back. And this is empowering our young people. And this is targeting young persons who would have dropped out from school, who would have not done well with CXC and was left to battle life. But our president is a person, a caring man. Now they're attending GTI, GTIC, Carnegie Sapphire Training Center, and they're being empowered. They don't have to stand on the streets anymore. They're now useful to their community. We would have the entrepreneurship skills training program, where we saw many persons right from constituency 12, North Pineville, some right here, again from Lamaha Springs, accessing that program. That program trained those young persons how to become business owners and managers. And then they would have been given a $400,000 grant to go out and start their business. In the PPP time, Jack Dio said that we couldn't be nothing. You can't be a diplomat. We can't be a manager. We can't be a owner. We were nothing. Today we are giving an opportunity to be something with our leader. I want to say to you today, Lamaha Springs, that, you know, I heard him spoke about the women. And I don't have to tell you what Jack Dio and the PPP thinks of you, women. Grabbing your private parts and all the other things that they're speaking of. Strapping and stripping and so forth. You know, a weak woman, an oppressed woman, a depressed woman is a weak, depressed, oppressed nation. A strong woman, an empowered woman is a strong and empowered nation. It is you, the women, will decide where we will go. And our president has invested heavily in women. The First Lady has done so much for women. You know, many of you women in Jack Dio days, you gotta go and become security guards. You have to leave your children at home to be abused. You can't spend the time to raise them because you gotta go out there. Some of you have to go and pick up 2, 3, you know what happens. But now that is going to change. Our president is going to change that. You're going to be receiving cash grants so that you can now being able to send your children to school, to give them that education that is going to change their lives and the lives of this nation. That's a caring president. We're going to empower our women. They're talking about the $10,000 cash grant. Now, let's do some mathematics. It takes about $5,000 a month for transportation to send your children to school, or your child to school. And there's about 9 months in the educational year, and 9 times 5 is 45,000. So that $10,000 really wasn't nothing. Our president has given you buses. Free buses! Take your children to school. Far more than $10,000. Don't be fooled by those things. Boats in the hinterlands. Bicycles. Awake from your sleep and slumber, my people. David Arthur Granger and the APNU, AFC is who's going to free this country. That's the only government that has plans for the oil money and enriching you. I'd like to say to you this time that women, again, we're asking you to speak with your children, speak with your church, speak with your neighbors, talk to them, let them know how important this is. This election is the most important election this country is going to ever come up with. The most important. And we're depending on you women who has always made a change all over this world to make that change again. No government wants us to grab your parts. A government who wants to empower you. A government who wants to make your children somebody. Our children somebody. This is our choice that we have. So we're asking when it comes to March 2nd that we get out very early, very, very early. Let us join our president. You know, our president is a praying man, a man that gets down on his knees and prays for this nation. Man with a wife and children who cares and understands what it takes for a family to survive. Not a man who live in by seawall in a big mansion, he need a dog, or if he got one. Everywhere you go, it's not he any wife, it's he bodyguard. The last thing he see before he go in his bed is the bodyguard. The bodyguard know what time he sleep. That's the choice we have. And I know we are intelligent people and we're not going to make such choice. We're going with the up top boss. Down with the Rob Street Cross. This is why we young people who plug out. But we're asking you to plug in. Plug in, tune in to the APNU, AFC, and David Arthur Granger. March 2nd, please get up, 4 o'clock in the morning, say your prayers, give God thanks for life. Meditate, citate. Come out your house about 4:30. Start knocking on doors. Yes, plug in. Plug in all them who plug out. Citate. Bring them out their homes. Let's have long lines. Like when they can start giving out the cash grants, the oil money. And it will be given out. Money, oh! Yes. You want to see the Mercedes-Benz and the Lexuses parked in the streets. That's what's going to happen. We're going to ensure that. The same way how we demanded this road, and we like to be demanding that we're going to get our share of the oil money. And we're going to get it because our leader wants to give it to us. But we have to put ourselves in shape to receive it. So please, on March 2nd, line up, go into the polling stations, put that X at the top for AP and UAFC, at the bottom for AP and UAFC, and make sure that the X doesn't touch the lines, you know. They say they want a sexy X. I say a well-disciplined X. An X that don't cross the boundaries and the borders. An X that is going to secure your top boss and get rid of the downtown cross, the Rob Street cross. Hung with him. So again, I'm asking you, please speak with everyone, talk with everyone, and let's secure this victory. Forward ever! Forward ever! A war!